today, following agenda, we have a short introduction of Sharefox. Some of you know us from before. Some of you, it's new to Sharefox. And we talk a bit about the market, what we see, why do we claim that the rental commerce is an opportunity for digital agencies. And then, and this is the most important part, we will loop in and have specific examples, concrete use cases on agencies building rental services on top of on Sharefox. And I will loop you in, Peter and Malin, two of the examples that we will use later on. And then we will go through that, when we say a partner program, what is it, how could it work, and a Q&A session. It's extremely important that you get the chance to ask some question and go through it. So I will go fast through the first part, and then we spend time on the examples and be specific on how it could be. And what do we do as a company? This is white label software as a service, B2B. So with Sharefox as a software, you could create your potential customer, create a new rental-based service, and we see this a lot, they have a rental-based service, but they need some help on digitizing it. It's based on outdated or manual processes. So it contains of three parts. It's the web page or a booking page, as you can see to the left in the picture here. It also handles a lot of logistics and part of if they have different locations with different inventories. And then, of course, the tool that you will use as a business in your daily operations, that you know from WordPress or Shopify or similar, an admin tool where you publish the content, handle orders, and so on. And pretty vast and extensive admin tool. Good. We call it also rental is the core, but we call it multi-commerce. So with Sharefox, you could have short-term rentals, like I want to book a bike or a trailer or a mini lager for a period, but it could also be a subscription, a running subscription, and you're able to use it as an e-commerce platform also. And you could put up services like service bestillinger and similar as well. We get really good feedback on the ecosystem and in all the integrations we have done, especially for the Nordic and the Nordic infrastructure. Could be that, as you see on the left, the marketing tools and toolbox that a lot of your agencies uses in your daily operations. The different payment methods, also with the Nordics, with Swish and Vipps and others. The integrations towards identification, because if I'm going to rent the end customer an expensive thing, I want to know who you are and be sure that you arrive back. So the integration with BankID or MitID, as it's called in Denmark, is very important. Also different type of access management. I will get a bit back to that, and digital also. And then also, of course, there's a revenue stream if you run a rental operations. So accounting is really important, and we have integration towards all the main accounting system, especially in the Nordics. And this meeting is primarily targeted to talk about the SMB market, because we see there's a lot of things happening there. But just to be clear on that, if your potential customer says, I've heard about Shopify, I heard about WordPress, but I haven't heard about Sharefox, your answer can be that it's the same platform that Mekonomen uses in Sweden for rental operations in more than 50 shops, or Phoenix Outdoor uses in Finland in more than 30 shops on sports equipment, or Felleskjøp in Norway, or Intersport. So it's also a platform that's good with scaling and handle also bigger enterprise operations. Good. We work quite a lot with self-service solution. That's a competitive core, because if you rent something and you want access to it whenever you want, it's important that it's not restricted to when your shop is open or there's someone available or you have a lot of staffing. So if you stumble upon cases where self-service and access handling is is a topic, then please reach out to us. 2 examples here. This is one, it's a trailer rental, tilhenger släpvagn. It's open 24/7. You book and you fetch and collect and everything any time of day. Similar example here. This is in Vienna. What you see here is built on the Sharefox platform. This is a self-service tool rental. So it's a building or location where you book and pay and accept the terms and get access to it and pick up and return the tool that you need whenever you like. So it's open 24/7. A bit about market signals. I was a bit disappointed on GPT and image creation yesterday. It could have been my prompt or other, but what we experience a lot, especially in the SMB segment, is that those who are running a rental service, they might ask companies as you, agencies, to put up a website and maybe a booking calendar and some similar, but there's no connection between the website and the backend system. So you have to ask if it's available, when can it, there's a lot of manual processes back and forth. And I purchased some online, some bike parts yesterday, and if I had to do the same thing when I did that online, I would be shocked. I have to ask if there was available or anything. But you see that quite a lot in the rental industry, and quite big rental companies have manual processes. It's no connection between the booking page and the core system, and they run on pen and paper sizes. So here's a big opportunity for agencies such as yours. And we used to look at what's been happening within e-commerce the past 20 years. And I guess all of you are familiar with Shopify, and what you see to the left is actually they're scaling in parallel with the scaling of e-commerce, and we think it's still, and that's what we put up on the right side here, it's the early days of rental commerce and rental services. So our bet is that there will be a lot of new services, and also all the existing ones will create customer journeys such as you're used to when you do online shopping. So it's a big opportunity for agencies, we think, because we see that a lot of the agencies use more or less the same tools. It's WordPress, Shopify, etc., and maybe fighting for the type of customers, and then it's a price pressure and so on. But we think there's an untapped potential within the rental industry. Good. And by now, in these times, we see most traction in what we call established rental industry. You see some innovative rental and subscription services coming up, but given the microclimate and how it looks like, we see it primarily within the existing rental industry. It could be car rentals, trailer rentals. We see that within the tools and machinery, self-storage, and sports. So all these from certain size need some sort of platform to handle their daily operations. Good. That was a bit about the company, a bit about the market, and then we wanted to demonstrate some examples, and then I will get help from some of the participants of the webinar here. 4 examples. One is everything is built on Sharefox from an agency from an agency. Other part is more helping out a rental business on digital marketing and content, product and publishing. Number 3 is more a booking widget, as in the customer has or creates a separate website and then connected with Sharefox as a booking site. And we also have an open API, so it's you could use that if that's the right context, and you should. Good. And then I will loop you in one by one in the different examples, and I think the first one is from Denmark, and it's called Boss Cykler. It's made by Bayern and Konoe, would you, is it okay for you to explain a bit about it, Peter? And also, both platform has been working with Sharefox, how it's working with towards the customer.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm Peter. We started with Sharefox about 2 years ago, where our client Boss Cykler came to us and said, we use a lot of time managing this bike rental. We have 2,500 bikes, and it was pen and paper and a Myland calendar. And the way you could see if a specific bike was rented was if the nail on the wall was empty. It's this husband and wife store, and the wife was pregnant, and the husband couldn't handle doing the rental part, also selling bikes. So he came to us and said, could we do something to ease up this process? And I actually have a background in rental as well. I used to rent speakers and projectors and stuff. So I had been around this software many years ago, and I knew it was very dominated by American companies. So when they asked, oh, and can we have mobile payment? I was like, maybe. So I did a benchmark with everything I could find on Google, including Sharefox, and Sharefox clicked all the boxes. We could have more than one location. We are on the island of Bornholm, and this store has 2 shops, one in the north and one in the east. But they have different opening hours. They have different products. Some of them can be moved, but we wanted it in the same platform. So we had this great dialogue with Sharefox, and they ticked all the boxes, and the few boxes they didn't tick, they said we can make this. We can do it either in the system with something that's already there, but use it in another way, or they could make that little change. So we were very, very happy with it. We love the language function. We have a lot of tourists. That's one of of course, one of the biggest client groups for a bike rental company. And we can put the translations in easily, and it's optimized for SEO, search engine optimization. And we could integrate it with another system that had all the IDs for the exact bikes using the open APIs. And one of the greatest benefits from my standpoint as the one supporting the client is that Sharefox is based in Norway, so we don't have this time difference we had with the American systems. So we can get support instantly, and the support is competent. It's not some low level who has to accelerate it, and there goes a day with that every acceleration. So yeah, I'm very, very satisfied with the partnership so far.
Thank you, Peter. And did you also put up all the content and set up the whole site on behalf of the customer? Yeah.
And we integrated it into an existing site so that we didn't lose. We used a lot of time on search engine engine optimization on the existing site, so we have it like a sub-site for the rental part, so that we didn't lose that, and we got even more on your end.
Good. That was one example on Sharefox, and thank you, Peter.
You're welcome.
Following up with AdCommerce, I'm not sure if Nima is present. I got the heads up that he wasn't sure, he had a meeting. Okay, then I will have to present, but I will do that because I know this case pretty well. In this case, it's a customer of Sharefox. It's car rental in Lofoten in northern Norway. It's booming with tourism in these days there, so we see a lot of new entrants within the car rental industry. And in this case, I think customer and Sharefox put up the website and such, but then they needed help both on content publishing but on digital marketing, because these are mostly operating a car rental service and not very digital marketing is not the cutting edge competence. So AdCommerce have been helping, also using the toolbox in Sharefox in terms of SEO, and also helping them out on digital marketing, getting the ranking and such, so they get their fair share of bookings. So that's also a very interesting area for agencies. One thing is like helping them putting up the website or the digital rental service, but then it's also the running business and how to market it. I would not go so much into detail as Nima is not here, but they've been helping them for quite a few months now and see really good results on rankings and number of bookings. Then we have seen one where everything was built by an agency, and this one they primarily helped with the marketing part when the site was up. And then I have an examples of combination, like in a lot of the cases, the customer have a website from before, or they want to have other business areas, so it's more natural that the booking part is a smaller part of it. And to introduce such a case, I have Malin from the digital agency Netron. You're the CEO of Netron, a digital agency in Norway, and you explain us, tell us a bit about Lagerboxen and what you've been doing for them.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. My name is Malin, as you said. So last year we had the opportunity to work with this exciting project with Sharefox, with a customer called Boxen Minilager. When they came to us, they had no brand name, no visual identity, and no technical setup. So we started from scratch together with Inlet. We started, and then Sharefox came into the mix. We created a brand guide that laid the foundations for the visual profile and helped us shape the direction of the website. The customer decided to go for a WordPress-based solution, not just the booking part, because they wanted the flexibility to grow beyond self-storage. Their ambition is to explore new direction, and this platform gives them the freedom to do so without having to rebuild it later. So we integrated with Sharefox, where it would be natural in all the places in the web page, to ensure a seamless experience for the end user, regardless of the future changes behind the scenes in the Boxen Minilager. Yeah, I think that's it. Working with Sharefox has been easy and fun and very interesting.
Thank you, Malin. And if someone has questions, just post them along the way.
Do that.
Good. That was examples where the main site is built on WordPress, and then it's combined with Sharefox on the booking and subscription part. I just made an excess slide to elaborate a bit on that, because we have what we call an embed feature, that as you can see here, this is a surf shop with a quite extensive e-commerce platform and a lot of content, and then they have a rental part, and we actually embed, and there's a booking widget that you could embed into the main site. So that's also an option. That's when that is relevant. Good. Then we've been through built on Sharefox, primarily working on marketing, helping out on marketing, and a combination of main website and other platform and combined with Sharefox. And then it's also possible to make total new services outside of Sharefox just using our API. Nitea is a cutting-edge digital agency in Stockholm. I know Christian is present here. We promised not go into technical details because you've not been the tech head of the process, but they made a service around, it's a premium membership in Sauna, where everything on the subscription and membership part is done on a WordPress site, and then they combine all the bookings and the access on Sharefox. I don't know if you want to add something in general, Christian, just on the collaboration and so on.
No, hi, Fred. No, you explained it quite well. We had a seamless solution here with Sharefox, and extremely good cooperation with you guys with the background and everything combined with the website. So very happy for this collaboration with you guys.
Thank you, Christian. Let's hope it's one of many. We also it's good when the developers on both sides and the CTO were so hands-on in this project. So it worked pretty well because it's pretty advanced on statuses and membership and what should be accessible only to members and whatnot, and so back and forth. I saw there was a question. I don't know, Peter Kono, if you have any results from going from old school pen and paper to online booking and all on Sharefox.
I don't know if it increased because I'm not part of the company in that way, so I don't know the results before, but I'm sure, thinking from my own experiences, that it eases the entry, that you can go on a website, you can see this is the price for this period, and no surprises. So I'm really sure that it increased, but I don't have the exact numbers because I'm not involved in that part of their business.
Thank you, Peter. Then we showed examples on different level and ended with the API here. So just if there's a bigger, more complex assignment and you need to use the API into something else, it's an open API, and we have resources and skilled and can guide you how to do that. Good. Then a bit about what we call the Sharefox Partner Program. And it's not a very uniform program, but we have quite a lot of collaborators and agencies working with us in these days, and we hope and think it should increase, because from an agency point, especially in the SMB market, where maybe the end customer, the company they're into their business but not very skilled in handling digital solutions as such, we see it's a fantastic opportunity for the agency to help set up the whole booking site on Sharefox. It's an easy tool. You can do it all by yourself. You could publish products, content and everything, and also set the main configurations, and you get help from support from our side if they need, and you could charge the customer how much you want, or the price. You could handle this part. Normally, if it's a direct customer to Sharefox, we do it, and we try to keep the cost low because we want to get them started, and we are a software company, so that's a main source. But we see often that a lot of a customer they ask us, and we have the skill set, but we have no capacity. Our capacity is mainly towards the product, so it's super good if agencies come in and help the customers putting up the rental service and the booking site. And then there's a software fee, and of course, if you have an extended collaboration, then we look into type of shared fees, but then there got to be some volume. And then the next area of agency work is, of course, after helping the customer establishing the new service, it's a running marketing topic that you could help your customer, and if they succeed in their business, then you get more business. So that's the and then it's primarily for agencies. It's primarily number one, helping them setting up the rental, the website, and the rental and booking service, and then it's the assisted marketing and help them from an agency point. And I wasn't sure in this meeting how much into the details we should go, but this is from Sharefox from the back end, how you could set up templates, you could do some scripting, you could customize a lot and we also made we also have what we call a low code editor sort of, and sort of an API. So there's a lot of opportunities for your agency to play around with these our toolboxes. I don't know if our CTO Christian is in the meeting. I don't know if you want to elaborate a bit on this.
Hi everyone. Thanks, Fred. Actually, it's a little bit of what's written here. We have a bunch of tools that you can use. So from some front-end customization and some integrations, and then there are two types of integrations, like backend and workflow when you want to send orders into different systems. That's one type that we saw a need for. And then the last one is when you need to integrate a bit on the front end. For example, Nitea had that situation recently, and then it's possible to use our embed feature. I mean, if you look at it, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer, and we can go into detail, of course, more, but I think it's a bit of an overview here.
Thank you, Christian, and I think we are ahead of time. That's good. That's good. At the end, we hope that it's when you who doesn't work with Sharefox today got some new inspiration of starting with it, and just ask if you have some questions.
I have a question. How the cooperation looks like from the beginning? Like if we are not cooperating with you yet, and we would like to start, how the onboarding process looks like for the agency?
Very good question. We offer a small training or introduction to the tool, so you will be able to go to the potential customer or the customer you already have and help them out on their part. And of course we are pretty good documented as well. So I could just switch screen, because I think all of typically agency that you find everything also documented in our resource center, but we help out and do some training of the agency so they'll be capable of helping their customers and getting that. And then we of course have a support and if there's advanced technical configurations.
So as I understand, you also provide some support from your tech team to our developers team. Yes, am I right? If there are, of course, any problems with understanding of connection or anything else.
I would say yes, and I think that's being not a huge enterprise, enormous company. You get directly to the source, as Christian here was actually highly involved with a project with Nitea, for example.
Okay, thank you.
Some other questions? Oscar had asked a question about the SEO part. I think you touched upon that, Peter, when they already have a website, and how do you maintain the ranking and what's been done there over time, and then you add booking. I don't know. Please elaborate a bit if you want to.
Yeah. Well, SEO 101 is that, Google can't guess what your site is about, so you have to write it. So when I have my bike rental site, all my links to my subsite for Sharefox is called something in the regards like bike rental, city name, a bike rental, kids bikes, stuff like that, and it links over to the exact products on my Sharefox subsite, and the URLs on that site are also optimized mainly from your part to contain the same search words, and there's headlines and stuff that all are indicators to the search engine that this page is about this topic, rental of bikes in this case. If that makes sense.
Yes. Thank you, Peter. I don't know if there's not any more questions. We can end this session. We're hoping that a lot of those who participate today will reach out to us and see if we could collaborate on some areas. As we state in the title of the webinar, we think there's a huge untapped potential within the rental industry, and they need digital tools, same as you're used to and take for granted in the e-commerce business. So we think there's a big opportunity for all of us in this area. Thank you for your time.